Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. Thanks so much for joining us on this Friday, April 7th. I'm Pete Connor, your host, and we're going to have an informative and I think kind of maybe a fun interview here in just a second, so you want to stay tuned. We've got today Betsy Lindgren with Express Employment Professionals, and that will be followed by Finding Happiness During These Days with the local psychologist, Dr. Bobby Otteson. And as per usual on Fridays, we like to highlight our valued sponsors. Our premier sponsors, the City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, Owatonna Public Utilities, and the Steele County Food Shelf. Our primary sponsors, Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Anytime Fitness, Little Theater of Owatonna, and the Owatonna Foundation. Our interlude sponsors, Bremer Bank, Brenda Bednar Mortgage Office, Cedar Valley Services, Glenn Mager and Michael Mager of the Brick Mager Funeral Home and Medford Funeral Home, Carlson, Branstead and Company, CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, the Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care, Owatonna Area Business Development Center, the Steele County Historical Society, Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Video Productions, Tri-M Graphics, and TPS Insurance. And we hope that you support these wonderful Owatonna businesses that support the Owatonna Today Show. Please say thanks to them when you see them out and around, and we are able to continue because of their sponsorship. We're always looking for more sponsors of the show, and if you are a business and you would like more information about how to become a sponsor, please give Leanne a call at 507-390-5751. And now we're going to take just a few minutes for sponsor messages. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Recreational fires are allowed within the Owatonna city limits. They must be contained within a fire pit or a device designed for such use, and can be 3 feet in diameter and no more than 3 feet high. They must be 25 feet from a building or combustibles. Only untreated or unpainted woods must be used. Fires must be attended by a person at all times that are capable of extinguishing the fire. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hi, I'm Betsy Lindgren from the Owatonna Foundation. Your generosity has made Owatonna a better place to live by benefiting our community, the arts, recreation, and education. Please consider a donation today. The Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Oh, welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And now we're going to learn about things at Express Employment Professionals from its owner, local owner, Betsy Lindgren. And welcome, Betsy.
Good morning, Pete. How are you?
You know, we just the disclaimer is that we've known each other for 1,000 years, and so this little bit of banter that goes before the camera has been it's been fun, but it's kind of it can be a little distracting. So anyway,
I'll try not to distract you.
Yeah, right. Well, anyway, you've got some things, important things that you want to share with us with respect to some upcoming. One at least upcoming event that is important and has been probably an annual thing for a number of years. Yeah,
it has. Express International 7 years ago put together what they call the Refresh Leadership Simulcast, and they have had 3 speakers on an annual basis that have come that are both motivational. There's sports. I will say sports fans. There's sports. Stars, etc. Well-known names. This year we've got Patrick Lencioni, okay, who is if you know him, he's a leadership consultant and speaker, etc. And a best-selling author. He's had several books, 2 of which are 3 Signs of a Miserable Job, and also The Advantage, which are great books if you have the opportunity to read them. We also have, of course, we always have to have an athletic person in there because that seems to be a big draw. I can't understand that. Yeah. Sports and apple pie. This year we have Jimmy Johnson. So I think you know Jimmy. He's a 2-time Super Bowl champion coach and is now an Fox NFL Sunday analyst. That's on there.
Great hair.
With gray hair. Yeah. The gray. Don't they call him the gray? Not the gray fox. They call him the gray something.
Yeah, I don't know.
The gray speaker.
Hair.
He has what?
Helmet hair.
Helmet hair.
Helmet hair, yes. It's so perfect.
They're like, oh, let me think, Trump? Anyway, we also have Robin Benacasa, who happens to be, this is amazing to me, she's going to talk about the 8 essential elements of human synergy. She's a world champion adventure racer, which I had to look that up, and a CNN hero, and she's also a firefighter, which makes her just an extreme, wonderful personality to be able to have with us. Jimmy's going to talk about the fundamentals for success, and Patrick's going to talk about, again, the ideal team player. All great topics. As we in the past, we've had, for example, if you've had the opportunity to see Amanda Gore, Amanda is a wonderful, wonderful, inspirational speaker. She comes from, she was a very successful woman and then lost everything and turned around, and she's from Australia. She talks faster than I do and has twice as much energy as I do. She's an amazing person. She wrote the book, The Gospel of Joy, and it's she's listening to her speak. She's so inspirational, so funny. You just feel great after you're done listening to her. We've had Emmett Smith, who again is another sports name, along with Shaq O'Neal. He was wonderful. He was great. He talked about all the businesses that he's had the opportunity to be in because of his background, how he's taken advantage of that. He had one comment about his son coming in to him one time and saying, you know, this is so great to be so rich. And he said, I looked at my son and said, you're not rich, I am. Which is a great line. The other person that we've had, another one just out of the many that we've had, is Terry Bradshaw. And Terry Bradshaw's another one who's just a great speaker, very funny, high energy. And he's had a struggle, I don't know if a lot of people know, but he has a struggle with depression through the course of his career, etc. So this event is taking place on April 12th, which is a Wednesday. It'll go from 8:30 to 12. We will be serving breakfast. There is such a thing as a free lunch or free breakfast. It is going to be out at the Holiday Inn. We normally do not charge for this, and we're not charging again this year, Pete. We are taking donations for the Steele County Food Shelf, so please feel free to bring a check or some cash with you so that we can collect some donations for a great organization.
I would expect that you'll find folks from your client companies that will attend. They'll
certainly
have people go there. But I think you just said that it's open. It's open to anyone.
Yes.
So anyone on the street, so to say, who has an interest in knowing more about how to do certain things or how to put some things maybe that will get them ahead down the line, also welcome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Learn new things, learn new strategies, etc. Okay. Even simple ways to be happier, as we'll hear from our next speakers. It's a wonderful opportunity, and here's why. In today's world, today's marketplace, and I know that we all see so many changes going on in the workforce today. The two biggest concerns that you hear, of course, is the lack of people in the marketplace, and then the lack of skills, or the skills gap, lack of or a gap. Sorry.
I was going to say, and when I was in the business, the thing that I was intrigued by was talking about the soft skills, and there were the hard skills. The hard skills were the technical skills. Can you run the machine? Can you do this? And to me, the hard skills were the soft skills. Getting along with people, interacting with people, being able to problem solve and do all those kinds of things. Those are the difficult things. That you didn't have it. It was sometimes difficult to teach somebody.
Yes, it was. And it is still. And so that's one of the reasons that we stress to not only our clients, but also other, small business, big business, it doesn't matter. You're dealing with people. That's no matter what you do in life, you deal with people. And in doing that, those relationships are so important. And yet we're losing those relationships because of, be it the social media that we have today, just so much electronics. Not only that, but there's so much information coming at us. I always think it's because I'm getting older. Then I decided it's not. It's because there's just too much information coming at all of us. And one of the things is also your ability to think strategically, and when I say that, or critical thinking, really critical thinking. If I can see that I'm going to make this choice, and of this choice, these are the possibilities of the things that can happen, both pro and con, and then what am I going to do so therefore I can be better prepared for those situations as they come up. And unfortunately, people, I think, are lacking some of those critical skills, the ability to be able to do that. So one of the things when we bring it back to the workplace is it is so vital for whether it be, again, small business or large corporation, that their supervisors and lead people have appropriate training and coaching for the changes that are coming in the workforce. One being, and you know this, there's 4 generations that are in our workforce today, and that's the first time ever. So, and if you consider what drives all of those Quit looking at Leanne. What drives? I know she's got her card up. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, you're right. You're on 3.
Shows us, yeah. Right. Shows us she knows how to count. Okay. So, oh, gee, this is my age. I lost my train of thought. Okay.
Right. 4 generations.
4 generations of workplace. So again, I'm grateful to belong to Express International. When I started, I was the 27th franchise, and there's well over 700 franchises in the United States and Canada. And they have been so supportive to those franchisees, and to do something like this, that is not at our, it's not at our expense. They're doing that to bring these to each one of the communities, to assist us, in better serving and have better business solutions, better business solutions.
Right. So, from the standpoint of what you are compared to what you were, you're far and away more than a supply agency,
certainly.
A personnel supply agency.
Certainly.
Far and away. You have, obviously, you're
Right.
doing all kinds of different things. Yeah.
First and foremost, it's when I talk about owning the franchise, it's ownership. So it's not. I clearly understand business from owning one. So it's not just understanding staffing, but it's understanding all those solutions, all those challenges, first of all, and all those solutions that comes with business, any business.
You've got to employ the things that you're bringing to people to employ.
Right.
I mean, on your own, if you can't do it, if you don't do it well, I mean, why would anybody want to hire you, right?
Right,
Isn't that
right,
the way it
exactly.
goes? Yeah?
That or my solutions would be really,
Really,
not worth a
that's
hoot.
right. Express would say, oh, maybe not this one. Owatonna.
And I, at 5 years, I wouldn't have taken you out to lunch for my first order.
We have to say that. I gave Betsy her first job. Her first placement was at Owatonna Tool Company
Yes, it
about
was.
1 million years ago. And
Hey,
that's what
hey,
got her
speak for
started.
yourself.
And that's what got her started. And lo and behold, she, in spite of that, is still successful. Yeah.
Anyway, yes, but it's been an interesting for 32 years. It's been 32
years.
Yes.
Amazing.
I know.
Amazing.
Yeah. These are highlights.
Well, and as time goes on, I suspect because of things such as social media, the chore or the task might not be getting any easier.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Right? I mean, we look for those quick things,
fixes.
those short-term.
Right.
Yeah.
And that communication, which is communication is not something. It's you weren't born with good communication. It's a learned art. And so anything you can do to learn and be able to better communicate with people and help lead them, help mentor them, help whatever, the better off you're going to be in your job.
Well, I think you were born with it, obviously. Just given these 10
thanks,
minutes.
As long as you can keep me on track, right?
Exactly. Tough to do. But hey, thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
Really.
April 12th,
Okay.
Wednesday, at the Holiday Inn from 8:30 to 12, the simulcast. Please come and join us. We'd love it.
Great. And again, thanks for being here, and thank you for being with us today. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after these messages, so please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Jean Newkirk, personal banker here at Bremer Bank. Come see me today for our current retail loan specials and any of your banking needs.
And I'm Ryan Gillespie, mortgage loan officer here at Bremer Bank in Owatonna, and I'm happy to help you with all of your home loan needs. Come see us today.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job, so I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Since 1988, the Owatonna Area Business Development Center has been the part of the success of many area businesses. The center leases office space and manufacturing space and offers on-site business consulting. The Owatonna Area Business Development Center is in business to help your business be a success.
Hi, I'm Tim Anderson, the owner of Anytime Fitness, where we make getting healthy affordable and convenient. Anytime Fitness is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. With us now is Dr. Bobby Otteson. Welcome. Welcome to the show. And
it's great to be here.
You know, we've had a chance to kibitz before, and then we had Betsy, which kind of just turned everything all upside down. So,
it's fun.
But I'm so interested to have you here to talk about this topic of, you know, how can we be happy during days like this? You know, where is that source of, you know, where is it within us that we can draw on it and so forth? And you're going to be our guide, you know, our leader for the next 10 minutes, to, you know, which is short shrift for the topic. But you know, I mean, you know, we're all facing some things here that are unknown.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it is a different job when the world is struggling so mightily. We normally see people who come in and say, you know, this thing in my life isn't working quite right, or I'm finding myself depressed, or it's hard to do what I do at work with the same enthusiasm, or my child seems to be unhappy in school, or our marriage needs work, we want to work on it. And there's always the question of what will success look like? What are you hoping for, and how can we help? And to learn from that particular family or that person where things might be a bit stuck, or where the knot is that you'd like to untangle, to help them be the person that they are. And so the thinking that goes into it when you meet a new person, the diagnostic thinking, our training causes us to look at their whole history, at least in brief. The whole family tree, how was grandma, what did your parents, what were they up against? When you were born, were you healthy? Did your mom do well? Did she have enough support to really be able to enjoy being with you? How are you doing with her now? So lots of those questions are sort of the basis for finding the strengths everywhere we can find them. And also checking to see what the person likes to do to solve their life problems, you know, what comes naturally. And then to try to instill realistic hope and show people strengths they might have forgotten they had.
And that begs the question, are we at birth equipped with strength? I mean, does the species hold that strength, the tenacity?
That's one of my favorite questions. Thank you, Pete. It really is, because yes, we are. I think in health, which is most babies are born right away wanting to relate to other human beings. There are lots of individual differences about how they take care of themselves when they're uncomfortable, but they have their job, talking about what your job is and what you love and what you do. A baby's job is to eat, sleep, poop, cry, and gaze and relate with the person caring for them. Right. And everything about their neurological system is designed to make them want to do that.
Yeah. You know, I think about I use this in some work that I do, is that, you know, babies ultimately get put into a playpen or a pack and play as it is today. And what are they doing there? You know, they observe.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Even in the womb, they'll dance around when their mother's voice happens. I've seen mothers soothe their babies by putting country music on that they listened to when they were pregnant. Baby goes, oh, I recognize that one. That's one of my favorites, you know. Calms down. So it's there. We have it in us. Babies are so attuned to give love, to make that attachment. It's not about whether it's there, it's how to revive it, how to find that ability, how to foster it.
You know, whether this is a good analogy or metaphor or whatever, but there are, you know, I look at things in rings, you know, and there are some things happening in, I would say, outer rings that we are aware of, and certainly because we get this stuff so quickly, all this information, this news, but they're outer rings, and we're so far remote from it, you know, in a real way. But the impact that it has.
Yes. Now, I just went off track a little bit because there's a very beautiful little poem by Rainer Maria Rilke that our poet, Robert Bly, translated into English. And he says, I live my life in growing orbits that move out over the things of this world. Perhaps I shall never achieve the last, but that shall be my attempt. He says, I'm circling around God, around the ancient tower, and I still don't know if I'm a falcon or a storm or a great song.
Isn't that wonderful?
I love that.
And it's, I'm an older American. I guess I'm there, I'm still trying
Me
to figure
too.
out if I'm a falcon or, maybe a sparrow. I don't know.
All God's children got a place in the choir, Sparrow's just as important. But yes, exactly. Who am I particularly? Who am I particularly? And how can I be that with gratitude and commitment to, and some feeling of connection to the rest of the world. That by being myself honestly, I am giving something.
Right.
And I do have love in my life, even if I'm very disappointed in some of what I thought I would have. What I do have is really better than what I could think up when I was younger. That's what we work with.
But there is a getting over of certain things.
Yes.
In terms of another part of this stuff that I do is talk about woundedness. Being wounded as a young person. Not maliciously, but just because it's the way it is, the way it was. It's the way the life was, and try to figure that out, and to move on from that.
Yes.
And I would assume that would be difficult. You would see people who have difficulties in moving on from that.
We think about that a lot. And Pete, one of the most amazing, Bobby's theory anyway, and I'm sure it's come from all I've been taught, but my theory is that little children are so, I don't dwell in someone's young childhood if they're an adult and they're not interested in that, but we all wanted to love and relate when we were small. And little children are so generous with their love and so apt to think that if something goes wrong, it's their fault. That sometimes just coming to the realization that the griefs that we had were not our fault, and it's not about fault. And we can love the people as much as we're able. That we think might have, that we know hurt us, but we didn't create everything bad in our lives.
So in that milieu, then this whole idea of being happy comes roaring to the surface.
I think so.
And then, then it's tactical, isn't it, ultimately?
Tactical and tactile. Getting a grasp on what you yourself do well and love to do, and doing that. And not judging it from the outside. Part of what's so hard in our world today is that there's so much talk about money, so much talk about status. If you judge yourself that way, you can be unhappy all the time. There's always someone richer and thinner and whatever the other thing is. Right.
And we sometimes live to other standards, or try to.
That's right.
Makes trouble. It can.
Well, and now we have kids watching mommy and daddy fighting all the time, where one set of adults are saying, the world is ending, the water is going, the air is going. I'm one of those. And the other people going, I want to talk about this. And they don't even relate to each other. How are you supposed to make a set of standards you can integrate out of that?
Right.
I don't know. Yeah.
But, I think you go back to the idea of strength. And we have to look within and find, clear out some of that stuff, maybe, and just maybe it's back to basics.
Yeah.
What is there,
Exactly.
But I assume, do you see your practice including more folks who are, seemingly more troubled about things that they really have no control over?
Yes.
Is that happening?
Yes, there are a lot of people who have done very well with where they came from, who got a really sorrowful start or a damaging start. And it's not about blaming where they're from, but it is about saying, wait a minute, what ideas do I have about myself and my life that I could rethink? So you can change thinking, you can change feeling, you can take better care of your body. A lot of people need to work on every level to make life good now. Yeah.
So sometimes maybe those aren't easy things to do, but they're necessary things.
Yeah.
The low bar or the middle bar or the high bar, however we choose to look at that.
Just not the bar.
Just not the bar. That's excellent. Oh boy. Well, here we come to the end, and it's way too too early, for me. I wish we had another 10, 15, an hour or whatever.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks for the primer, at least, of helping us to, and people can watch this again and again and again and get some ideas perhaps. So appreciate your being here. I have to recognize husband Jim, Dr. Jim, who's in practice with you. And
he's definitely my better half.
Good. So thanks again for being with us.
Thanks,
Bobby,
Pete. It's delightful.
Thank you for being with us today. We're going to have now some messages from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Cedar Valley Services, located at the corner of Rose and Grove in Owatonna, provides an array of services for people with disabilities in Steele County. CVS thanks the entire community, especially our business customers, for supporting us in Owatonna for 43 years. Thank you from CVS.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We're going to close with some announcements, community announcements at this time. The Steele County Historical Society is seeking interpretive volunteers to act as tour guides, building docents, and interpreters for the 2017 tour season in the Village of Yesteryear and the Steele County History Center. 3 training sessions are scheduled April 3rd, 10th, and 17th, all at 1:00 p.m. Each session is identical and will include classroom training and tour. For more information, please call 507-451-1420 or email maryann.higgins@steelehistorymuseum.org. The next Living Well with Chronic Conditions workshop offered begins Thursday, April 6th and will take place every Thursday from 9:30 a.m. to noon for 6 weeks at Coda Living Community. For more information or to enroll in the Living Well with Chronic Conditions workshop, call Linda Hoffman at 507-977-2171. The Owatonna Foundation is pleased to make available scholarships to graduating seniors at Owatonna schools. These scholarships are for students who will be attending non-4-year programs at technical or community colleges to prepare themselves for technical careers. Eligibility requirements include that recipients be a 2017 graduate and that they have a parent or guardian with a Steele County address. Scholarship awards range from $500 to $3,000 each, and applications must be submitted by April 10th. Instructions are available at the Foundation's website at www.owatonnafoundation.org. And that'll take care of it for today. Thanks so much for being with us, and please come back on Monday when we will have two ladies that you got to listen to, Edith and Jean Zamboni, some nonagerians with us, people who grew up in the 30s. Be with us on that day, and I hope you have a great weekend. See you back on Monday.